It looks like my cat a little bit. At least the tail does. But that little stripy one is cute. Is that yours?
No, they're both his.
Oh.
I like the other one better, the one outside with the big tail.
What made you decide to get a roommate with cats?
It was a decision that... It was just a decision I had to make. I had to move in. I knew he had cats beforehand. It wasn't it didn't bring me in here. I wasn't like, yeah, I'll stay as long as you keep those cats around. Or like, then I'll move in.
Okay.
It wasn't a deal breaker.
You strike me as a dog person.
I like both of them. Really. Cats and dogs. You are no pets person? No animals? Oh wait, but you said you had a cat.
I'm an animal lover.
But you
I love all of them.
Do you have pets?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you do you like animals more than people?
Oh wow. We're going there. I'm not sure.
Because they're pretty cool. I think animals are like people a lot, and they're just like dumber.
Or are they smarter?
I think they're dumber. But like dogs are, they do their thing, and people like them so much because they're the one that is most like people. Do you agree with that?
I don't know.
I think that's why we like them the most. They're the ones that are most like people. I would say that it's kind of like they're the smartest animal to be so on par with human.
Dolphins are intelligent and.
I get that. They're limited by water.
Pigs.
Pigs are.
They're supposed to be incredibly intelligent.
I believe it. I believe they're really intelligent.
I've never had a pig.
I think that dogs...
Other than, like, bacon. That's my favorite. I like bacon. See, I'm a terrible Jew. I like bacon.
Well, that's all right. They'll give you a pass.
Thanks.
Do you like anything? Do you like pork? I think that pigs are probably smart, but I think that dogs are smarter, that they make themselves popular like humans. They make themselves real visible. That's like I think that humans are the most intelligent, and it has to do with their desire to bring things into the spotlight or like make things more illuminated, identifying things with words and language. Like
we do label,
acknowledging things.
Yeah, we assign a lot of labels and descriptions.
Yeah, are you not a big fan of labels?
I think labels are divisive.
But they're sort of like necessary.
It is necessary for like human comprehension. But there are certain things that like you just can't we don't have words for.
Right. And then we just use a word that's the closest thing.
Right.
And then it ends up kind of like stereotyping it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like generalizing it.
Yep.
Maybe it's like we need to explore into that area more so that we have more specific words for it.
Yeah, we haven't really been creating very many new words.
Is it the inaccuracy of it that you don't like? Of like labels?
No, I think some labels just... There are no words to like describe something.
Yeah, and so you'd rather it just be left indescribable.
Right.
Yeah, and it's some of them are like... When it is indescribable, we don't have the words, but people put the words anyway.
Right.
And then it's like...
we try to ascribe meaning to it.
Yeah, I think that people do that with God, where it's like...
Yeah.
We don't know what God is, but then we have all these people walking around. Lots of people claim, I talk to God. They totally solved that mystery, you know. That should be something that's indescribable.
This is exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, it should be indescribable, but people are like, oh, solved that mystery. I talked to God right away. It's like that people say they talk to God. I think that that's not good. Because it's preventing us from like really exploring what it would mean to talk to God. because that would be actually a lot more difficult than just saying, "Oh yeah, I talked to him in my head." Like,
well, aren't prayers talking to God?
yeah, well, that's what the people say that say they can talk to God.
But does God talk to people?
I mean, I don't. The God that like Christians believe in, for example, I don't think that he talks to them. And when I was a Christian, I did never hear God's voice.
But how do you know God is he? Wouldn't God be representing both the divine masculine and the divine feminine?
She is probably both genders.
Have you noticed that most of the problems all come down to, like, there's male and female, there's he and she.
Mm-hmm.
There's man and... I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Menopause?
There's a lot of patriarchal...
There is.
Things. It's very patriarchal society, and it's usually just ends up being about men a lot of the time. Like, history is all like that.
Yeah.
History is just like men fighting with other men.
Yeah. His story. It's never her story.
Yeah, I think it's because of Jesus. I think it's because we do 2025 years after Jesus, and every year is that.
But we've got evidence that things...
Because there's no, like, the perfect woman that we're all emulating. It's the man. And so we're all... I mean, and everybody is not going to be as good as that. And that's the competition. And it ends up being a one across men, because it's men trying to be like Jesus historically throughout all of the years. And so it's not dictated by a woman, unfortunately. It's all dictated by a man, like history is, because history is all in Jesus' shadow, and it's his story, I would say. And so that's what a lot of it is. And so that's why it's mostly males are doing comedy. Mostly males come out to do that because they're all in a competition. Like, why wouldn't it be more females doing stand-up? It's like, it's because men are more allowed the opportunity. It's like, it's expected you might get up on a stage and try to prove yourself. The same as Jesus is already on the stage above everybody. I mean, it's just that, like, Jesus was already chosen as, like, he was the best.
There are no female gladiators. Like, they never entered the ring.
Right,
Colosseum,
and if there
to
were
fight lions.
If there were, they were written out of history. It's
they
like
probably
history.
They probably did exist, and I kind of, in my mind's eye, instead of slaying the lion at the Colosseum, I can literally see a woman taking the time to understand and tame the beast.
Right, the men and the gladiators.
That's not much fun.
Yeah,
like that's not like dramatic TV.
There's not as much action with that. It's
right?
like you might not buy a ticket to see that, I guess, or it's just
Did
like
people buy tickets?
It's systemic that we would think that wasn't entertaining, but it might be entertaining. I mean, that sounds like it's entertaining if that could happen.
I would like to see women in the Colosseum.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn this up.
Oh. Playing with my buttons.
Yeah, I guess so.
You want me to play
on the microphone?
All right. Can I play with yours too?
If you so choose. No, because we don't know how to.
There you go.
Right.
Thanks for being honest.
Yes, I need more no's on this podcast in my life. I need to tell people no.
That's what I meant. Is like no.
Yeah.
No more yeses.
You're right. Yeah. It is too many yeses. That's what I've noticed in some of the playback I've seen. Like, God.
Don't be the yes man.
Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. And that's just kind of...
Then you sound like a woman.
I know.
Like people pleaser.
I know. That's the last thing I want to do, because then then I'm not fighting in the competition to be like Jesus.
Don't be like Jesus.
Exactly.
Like, that's so... Like,
that's the important thing.
20 AD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, get with the times. Come on, Matt.
Oh yeah.
Get with the times.
You're right. I guess, yeah. Don't be like Jesus. People should no more Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
we'll get those like little silicone bracelets.
Do not be like Jesus.
WMD. What would Matt do?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a great little reminder to like trust in yourself, trust your instincts, trust your intuition?
Yeah, but
trust
instead,
that you're
people
doing what's right for you.
Do the bracelets for us? They'll outsource it to some other guy that isn't them. Like rather than make one. I mean, it might be like corny to make one about your name.
I think technology is like making it possible to like do that now.
To make a bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technology does allow for. You can make your own bracelets.
How have you been using
at your home? Even in the comedy scene, sometimes they kind of are like, "Don't sin."
The comedians say that?
Well, that's how it feels a little.
So.
No, they don't say "Don't sin." Don't say the F word.
You can't say the N word.
Yeah, well, you can't say that.
I want to normalize the N word. Nerd!
Yeah. The other one. Say the other one now.
Nice!
Nefarious. Novice.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. Your turn.
Neanderthal! Ooh.
Yeah. Normal.
Ooh, I like that one a lot.
Yeah. A lot of the ones I think of are just like... How about Nostradamus? How about that?
How about no?
Nope.
No.
Nokia.
Nokia?
Yeah.
That was the very, very, very first stock purchase I ever made, and I made it when I was in high school.
Did you make money off of it?
No.
That's too bad.
I held on too long. Okay. That is not the same as the Orbit cat. But look how cute you are.
That is it's a cute cat.
I think that they're the same. One has more trimmed. He's like a... Oh my gosh. He's like a dog cat.
That cat, that big cat,
Mm-hmm.
is like a dog.
Yeah, he's like Orbit. He reminds me so much of my Orbit.
Yeah, that's what I think when I see it. It's like that cat is a dog.
I bet he likes to go for car rides.
Probably with his head out the window or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Cats, Cats, the movie. So we said all the N words then that we could.
Oh, did we get all of the good ones?
Yeah. All the best ones. Those are the ones that we say are all the best ones.
I love the N word.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm not ashamed of being a nerd.
Yeah, I am. I'm ashamed of it.
You are?
No.
You're one of my favorite nerds.
Oh, thank you. I am not really that ashamed of being a nerd.
Good.
I think that it's worse to be a dork. Right?
Sure.
I don't want to be a dork.
I don't want to be a dork.
I'm not going to be a dork.
Yeah.
Be a nerd.
I'd rather be a nerd than a dork.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a nerd is a lot of things. What did I do that was like, that you're like, he's a nerd? What was the thing? What's something I did that most made you think that?
Oh, let me count the ways, sweet Matt.
That's the rest of this podcast, is you saying that.
Saying how sweet you are?
Oh yeah, I guess just ways that I'm a nerd. Ways that I'm a nerd.
Oh, how many days do we have?
So is that similar to you, like being sweet and being a nerd?
No, I think it's called being honest.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yep, I agree with that.
You're highly intelligent. You've taught me like all kinds of stuff about podcasts and
cryptocurrency,
crypto, and the beats, and
yeah, the beats. Those nerdy beats that I make.
Yeah. I like all kinds of beats. My favorite...
I made a song off of the one that I made in the episode at the Crescent Lounge. Yeah.
You know, I've written...
I'll have to share it with you.
I have 9 songs that I've written.
Okay, that's almost a feature-length album.
That's where I'm working towards, but I'm challenging myself to like test out different genres. So I've got some like gritty, angsty, female rage song. I've got one of those, and then I've got one of those like it made my bonus mom cry when she listened to it. It hit hard.
So you've got some good ones. Did you record? Yet. What did you record? Like, what is all the instrumentation on the song?
So, this is one of the ways that I'm using AI. I will play some notes on my little Baroque recorder, or like do this on the Casio keyboard, like one note at a time. My Casio keyboard, I just found out, has this like whole section where you can like push one key and it plays an entire chord. Oh no. So I just take that and the words and upload it into a program, and then you can like change the...
So it's something you've done recently.
Yeah, you can change.
And you made nine songs that way.
Well, I have 9 songs written. 2 of them are close to being where I want them to be. And...
Right. So you do the AI and then you kind of like correct it afterward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can like put filters on your voice.
Right. Yep. Auto-tune.
I sound horrible as a man.
Oh.
I think my natural voice sounds better.
Probably.
Like, well, you've heard me.
That's more honest.
You've heard me do Dragula. Or Rob Zombie or Metallica.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
I mean...
Miley Cyrus. Flowers.
That's like...
Are you a big Miley Cyrus fan?
No.
No?
I did that as a bet.
Okay. Well, that's a song that you sing a lot.
It's because people freaking request it.
Oh.
I hate that song.
I don't really like that song. I like Miley Cyrus.
I want to change I like changing the words to songs. I can buy myself flowers. I can roll my own spleef. I can smoke it by myself just to get some song? Relief. I do. It's not my favorite. I shouldn't say hate. Hate's an awful strong word.
Because I picture when you're singing it, it's like, oh, you chose it maybe because that's something you would like. That's an idea you like. Like, I can do that all myself.
I've known that long before she was even born. Well, actually, probably not before she was born, but...
It took her way
Who's the guy that she was birthed to? Billy Ray Cyrus. Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive.
That's good.
From what I hear, he is sort of like a recluse. That's what Miley Cyrus says. Oh. That's what he is now. But at least he gave us all Miley Cyrus. What happened?
Because I thought he was like,
He was just like, I'm done. His career is over. He doesn't have any more hits, so he stole away to the mountains. I guess.
Are he and Elton John the same? No,
same
Billy
guy.
Joel. Billy Joel
Osmond.
No, didn't Billy Joel cancel? He's got some health problems going on.
He canceled some shows recently.
Yeah.
So he's about to die. I don't know. I
hope he doesn't think
I get those ones mixed up.
Elton John
you think it's
Billy
like a
Joel?
choice? Or it's like you have control over your death a little bit? You're like, I'm starting to get into that death mood, and I'm going to go and start to lay down more and eventually die.
Well, I think that the capacity of what our brain is capable of, we are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. I think that we are so more powerful than what we know. We just don't have the words to describe it, and until you have the words to define something, it's undefined.
Yeah.
That sounded like I was high or stoned or something, and I'm not.
Yeah, maybe it's just all of the moons on your shirt.
But it's like it's a cycle.
You want to be high in the air like that, the moon.
I think that, like, I believe in.
Are you over the moon?
But no, that's. Are you calling me a cow?
Oh no.
Because it's the cow that jumped over the moon.
No, I was just thinking, like, are you over the moon about things? Like enthusiastic?
No.
Are you enthusiastic? Like that's a bad thing or like a disability?
No, I think enthusiasm is a good thing. It's like, but I also think
anger, but it could be seen as like a
anger is a
drawback.
good thing too, because it's a motivator and it alerts us to things.
Yeah, anger is good. I get angry privately if I do get angry, but I don't get as angry as I used to.
What and enthusiasm?
I used to scream in my car more, but I don't anymore. Not so much.
What if anger and enthusiasm are synonymous?
I think that they could be related, at least. I think the thing with anger is like, when somebody gets mad at you for being angry, then something bad is happening. That's like a dominance fight.
Or is it
like anger has to do with like dominance, like somebody who has the ability to be very angry but doesn't necessarily use it might end up being like a dominant person. Not that dominance is necessary. Dominance doesn't have to happen. It's just that like somebody might be a dominant like personality if there's somebody who has the capability of getting really angry.
What about the people that are angry with like not having their favorite political party in power? Do you feel like they're dominant?
I think that they are losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Mostly.
Why do we have to have losers and winners? Why can't we all like
if somebody's mad about really angry, seriously about like the liberals not getting the president or conservatives not getting the president, then they're lame.
Who the fuck cares? Why can't we just be kind to one another?
Yeah, and you're just admitting like whatever, that you're too captivated by the entire thing. And it's really not that great because it's just like
the pendulum will eventually swing back to the neutral place.
Yeah, politicians, but it's like I would say that people getting angry at that's beneath me. Specifically like from my perspective. I'm like, I wouldn't get angry at that. So I have a greater ability to get angry at things than they do because they're captured by this dumb thing that they get angry about. So like I feel like because I would not get angry at that there's something to be said about like that's better. Not to be like, oh, I'm superior or whatever, but that is what I'm saying. But like people are that. It's only in that one area. So like don't get captured by politics because that's like weak a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like don't get entirely captured by it. I like politics. I like to go weave in and out of it and like use it. I mean, but it's just like politics is very complicated and it's kind of just like everything. It's kind of just the act of using.
Do you think it's helpful?
I think it is helpful because people use all of those politicians and whoever to vent their actual feelings in a world that doesn't allow you to do that interpersonally as much. People are expected to take their personal hatreds and cast them on something public, like the Republican Party or whatever. So it's useful for that in a world that is too afraid of confrontation.
Yeah. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Bang, bang, bang. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Did you write the lyrics?
You got her STDs.
I like it.
Promise.
What does pity kitty mean? Is it PITY?
Oh, her poor kitty isn't getting enough attention. She needs you to stroke it for her, along with the other live-in boyfriend and 2 other guys that she's with.
That's pretty good.
So, actually, it started out dirty clitty.
Oh.
But...
Did the AI make you change it?
Yeah.
It did, really? That's annoying. That's dumb.
We
AI should allow it.
Right?
What's like these robots are too offended or something?
I don't know. Apparently,
what is it?
I have offended the 0s and 1s.
Where does that morality come from? Why do the robots have a morality? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
Morality should be totally subjective, but yet we carry on like somehow technology implements it like
telling
this.
me what I should or shouldn't say.
Yeah, it's implementing like this is the worldwide morality, like it knows. That's bizarre.
Yeah, so that's just one of them, and it still has the like guitar riffs that I did, but the one that
you made guitar riffs that's like what you made.
Yeah, that.
And you actually played that?
No.
Oh.
I did it on the keyboard.
Okay.
Because on a Casio,
you did the pad or not?
Oh. Yeah, you can. And in GarageBand, you can make loops.
Okay, on a keyboard you made it.
Yeah.
And put it in there. Mm-hmm. Even though you had to change it. That's still a good hook. Kitty.
You like it?
Yeah.
I didn't know I even had this in me.
Yeah, now you can just go from here.
I wish you well.
You're disgusting.
There you go.
You're disgusting.
I think I want to change it to "You disgust me."
I like you're disgusting because disgusting is an underused word. But that's a good one to throw to a pop song.
Cool. Are you into pop psychology?
I am, apparently. I'm a pop psychologist.
So it's your favorite color, and 3 reasons why it's your favorite color.
My favorite color is red.
Why?
I think I tend to like the warmer colors.
Huh? What else?
I guess that's one reason. I like the depth of it, maybe.
Ooh.
And that it's really only like the right color of red that I like, because there's a lot of people that like show you a red, like this is red, and it's too light.
Mm-hmm.
I like a darker red. So I guess like the depth of it. It's hard to say. It's hard to say why I like the color. Right? Because it's just like the color calls out to you.
Right. What about your favorite animal?
I kind of like ducks and geese.
Why?
Oh, that's my favorite animal. That's the first thing that comes to mind is a duck. I like the ducks that they're like man and woman. And like have a family like people do.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I mean like the big animals like an elephant or a whale.
Well, what's your favorite?
Maybe an otter.
Did I influence you?
Maybe it's just like I've seen some. I feel like last time I went to the Crescent Lounge, there's like a video of otters. So
Yeah.
I don't remember again.
The sea otters. Their live streams to raise money because they're an endangered species.
It's just there's so many animals. I can't run through all of them and like make sure I got my favorite. My favorite animal is not on lock, unfortunately.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not always a fan of like, this is my favorite, because I feel like,
Right.
you know.
What is like the thing about favorites? Like the idea of it?
It's the
Because that's something that people
divisive.
have criticized me with. And when I say criticize, I mean that compliments and insults are like the same.
They've provided feedback.
Yeah. I tend to think compliments and insults are the same thing.
Yeah.
But like, somebody says, oh, you're my favorite. If you hear that too many times, then it's like,
Is it real? Are you being honest?
They're commenting about some aspect of my personality that has to do with favor, basically. And it's like, that's not, I guess it's like something I'm writing about.
No, I think you bring up some really cool, like, energetic.
It has to do with fortune. If it's really that, if I get that enough times as feedback, like you're my favorite. It's like that's something I'm putting out into the world.
Yeah.
Or that must be something I want back from people if enough people say it. It's like that's what I'm trying to position myself as to people. Like I'm your favorite. But it has something to do with like luck and fortune. And
you're looking for favor. You're looking for favor.
And favor.
It's kind of like
that things are favorable for you. Like hopefully that is what it is for you. Hopefully you're lucky. And I think there's truth to like it's better to be lucky than good. And to the extent that people say that, it's just like they're kind of getting at that luck maybe is ultimately better than like goodness. Like luck might be a greater value than being good.
So you've heard people ask like if you could have
and it is that if your favorite is better than being good.
If you could have any superpower, and you've heard that question asked, like what superpower would you want? I would want it to be luck.
You'd want it to be luck?
I would want my superpower to be luck. Is that weird? Could be.
I don't know how that would play out.
In my favor.
Yeah.
All right, so
because it's like you don't like fly or anything. You're just like walking around normal. You just like keep getting lucky.
That kind of sounds like it might be advantageous. I don't know. All right, third question. Like pop psychology. If you could be any form or body of water.
Like in the world? Geographically?
Yeah, and by form or body of water, like form could be fog or mist or rain or a hurricane or the ocean or a river or a pond or like, I'll tell you what mine is.
What?
My favorite form of water is the iceberg.
Okay. Why?
Because there's so much more beneath the surface than we are able to see. It is both a sanctuary and a destructive all at the same time. I like that juxtaposition.
So more so that than like being icy or being cold.
I'm a big fan of cold. Like I would rather live in a cool climate than like...
I think that I am kind of cold, so I am sort of forced to be a fan of it.
Yeah. So what's your favorite body of water or form of water?
I don't know. I'm more interested in your answer about the iceberg. And what do you think about the iceberg that took out the Titanic? What do you think about that iceberg?
That's what I'm saying. It can be destructive.
Yeah, like what do you think about that iceberg and that event?
I think that the braggadociousness of it being unsinkable is ironic.
Yeah.
Like, how cocky do you have to be?
Yeah, that they got
to
really
make that claim.
And then it went under.
You be careful what you...
Be careful what you say.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite body or form of water?
I don't know. I haven't given much thought to that before. I kind of, just thinking of it offhand, I kind of like rain, maybe.
Yeah?
Like if I was something.
I mean, we're not going to do like the Wonder Twin Powers form.
Rain, you get to like do that on. You get to rain on everybody. Rather, it's like getting to be the rain instead of having it rained on you all the time would be nice.
Yeah.
So
I'm totally with you. Rain is a great form of water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's necessary.
Yeah, can you drink rain? I can never remember.
Of course you can drink.
Can you collect it and drink it?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Like, I thought I heard that it was bad for you, just because it's acidic. It's all
sometimes
rain, acid rain?
No, not all. I think a lot of it has to do with, like, the environment. Like, was there a volcano that erupted that put stuff into the
Yeah,
air that
well,
makes it acidic?
That might be more toxic.
But I've collected rain in the leaves while camping, and use the leaves to drink the rain.
Yeah, well, I hear that is okay. Where it's like if it landed on leaves, then they filtered it naturally.
Yeah.
But just like with a cup and collect it, I felt like it was bad for you.
So in pop psychology, the color, your favorite color, is supposed to be how you want to be perceived in the world. And the animal is how others perceive you. And the form or the body of water is your... originally, the pop psychology said it was about your sex life, but now it's been extended to how you view life altogether, because sex is what creates life.
Okay, so what does rain say about my sex life?
What do you think it says? I mean, it's necessary.
Apparently that I want to rain on everyone, according to what I said.
Well,
yeah, maybe
that's
right.
only up for you to determine.
What's your favorite color? Let me guess. I want to say yellow, but it's probably blue.
Blue is my least favorite color.
Okay.
I mean, if we were talking favorites.
Yeah, well, I was just looking at you and something comes to mind. I'm like, blue. It's just like a stab in the dark,
Yeah, that's the hardest of all of the questions for me to answer. Because
I think it's underrated because it sounds hack. What's your favorite color?
Yeah. What's your sign? It's kind of hack.
Yeah, well, I like what's your sign? Yeah, what's your sign is kind of hack, but I think that it's better than something religious.
Yeah. See, initially I'm thinking black because it absorbs everything.
Yeah, I should have thought about that, really.
It's technically the absence of color, and if you from a light perspective, from a science perspective, black is the absence of light or color. But in painting, when you combine everything together, you eventually get to black. So it's both all-inclusive and incredibly exclusive all at the same time. I like paradoxes.
Yeah. It makes sense to me that your favorite color would be black. I feel like I should have gone to that.
Yeah. It's also the
color
colors that represents Scorpio. I don't know.
You don't? Colors is a language, is the thing.
I like to taste colors.
Colors is a language the same as words or whatever. Mm-hmm. Because it's communicates itself in frequencies.
Everything is energy. Everything is a vibration. It's a frequency. Words, color, light.
I think that it's black versus white is the same thing as objective versus subjective, or in other words, external versus internal. Because it's isn't it when you look at black, that means that all of or what you were saying.
Black absorbs.
Everything is...
White reflects.
Everything is contained except for the black. So it's it's containing white when you see black. Is ultimately what the principle is supposed to be. Because when you see something that is yellow, that means that every other color in the visible spectrum is contained within that thing. Or it's
and that's the only thing that's not...
But then, I mean, it all bounces off. Mm-hmm. And then yellow is the only one that it absorbed.
Right.
So, it's not just defined by yellow. It's defined by the absence of everything else in the visible spectrum. It's black and white do that same thing. Yeah. And I think that it's an internal versus external thing. Where it's when people see you, they get what... they just get the thing that was absorbed. The same as the color. The thing that they see. So you absorb, everything else.
But what they
Except for
want
the
to see.
singular thing that you're defined by. And that's what happens on the surface.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like everything that's internal, that's a lot more things.
Right?
That's more infinite. That's like...
We just went there, didn't we?
Yeah, to infinity.
I feel like we just solved all
I know.
problems.
It's not... Yeah. It's not...
Because
it's not really productive
there
to go
are
into
no
that.
there are no problems or questions that can't be solved. There's always a solution. We just have to be like willing to take the time to ask the right question.
But people get lazy and they will use a label that's convenient and put it over that. Be like, oh, that's good. And then just be satisfied with that forever. Either as a person or as a society. Like, be satisfied with it for too long. Something that could be improved on. Like, words. And I'm thinking more about, like, the example I'm thinking of is just like God. Because I'm not thinking of another good specific one.
Ooh, do it.
But it's just like go into the specifics of God rather than make like monotheistic religions are just like all of the mystery that's out in the universe, which is infinite, just like goes on and on and on. So many words, so many things that you could end up describing if you allowed yourself to recognize the differences in just like shit that's in the universe. But if you cover all of that with God, that's like the stupidest way of going about it. It's so like convenient.
Lazy. Convenient, yeah.
Yes, people get lazy, and they rather than taking the time to sort out the puzzle, like figure out
because we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah, and people like to put God over that thing, and they've done it forever. That's the thing about God, especially. It's like that's really the thing that people use God for is like shit that they don't know.
So,
like back in the day,
are you saying God's a scapegoat?
Yes.
To a certain extent.
He's the goat. He's a scapegoat.
Wait, what does
God
stand for? Tom Brady. They just did the Tom Brady goat.
Goat?
Yeah.
Greatest of all time.
You just called God the scapegoat.
Yeah. But it's like goat actually until recent years, goat was just used for you're the ass. You're the guy who fucked everything up.
Oh.
Or yeah. Like the goat. Yeah, until recent
They
years.
are tasty though.
Have you had one? That's evil. That's
Goat?
very evil of you.
They're also like
goats are evil, like they're satanic.
they are.
I mean, they're more satanic than like horses and cows, and like they're going that direction. They go in the evil direction.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's just like ain't like traditions and whatever they
I
use.
love goat
They
cheese.
sacrifice goats. They just got that stigma of like evil on them.
Well, what about lambs?
I'm not saying that goats
Like
I'm not saying that goats you
sacrifice-
ate are evil.
Lambs too. Like
Or
the
that any-
sacrificial lamb. Does that mean lambs are evil?
No, lambs are more Jesus-y. Lambs are good. Yay! You can sacrifice those.
They're tasty as well.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's the most unusual food that you've ever tried? It's not a trick question. There's no right or wrong answer.
You know, like a cricket.
You've eaten crickets?
Yeah.
Me too.
Not a living one.
No, not
Just like when you can buy them like dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they're an excellent source
Cricket,
of protein.
grasshopper. I think I've eaten.
Ants.
I don't think I've eaten an ant.
No
I think
chocolate-covered
I think
ants?
ants are a little scarier than a cricket. Honestly.
Yeah, but like
In
when you
real
put
life.
ants into a chocolate bar, it's like a Rice Krispie treat, like a rice,
Yeah,
or
I'd
like a
eat it.
crackle or a crunch, or you know the chocolate bars that have the crispy rice.
Yeah.
That's what ants are like when you have it like in chocolate. They're good.
Have you ever seen like the close-up picture of an ant, and it's just like got a terrifying face? It's like really scary, like something out of a horror movie kind of face on ants.
There's
I don't know.
different kinds of ants.
Yeah, I don't know if it's all ants are like that, but like if you go down south, they've got fire ants everywhere. Just like in Florida, you can't lay in the grass because you just get like covered in fire ants.
I've never been to Florida.
You probably don't need to, but do you want to go?
Well, it's one of the last 3 states I have to, like, check off on my bucket list.
Do you think Florida is especially peculiar? Do you think it's special the way that people say that it is?
I don't know. I have not been there to experience it. I mean, technically, if we want to, like, be incredibly logical about it, I have been to Florida many times, but I've actually never left the airport at Miami International. So I don't really feel like that's...
So you don't count that?
I don't count that. Like,
yeah, I guess I don't think I would either. What's the other 2 states you haven't been to?
Alaska and Hawaii.
Okay. Everywhere else you've, like, driven through it?
Been, like, foot on soil.
I've been everywhere, man. Do you sing that? And then you say the 47 states you've been to?
No. But I know that song that lists all 50 states. Did you grow up in Wisconsin? Or that's one of my favorite states, Wisconsin.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
So many reasons. Farms.
Just the
snow.
The landscape.
The
weather out, and because it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also...
And there are so many fun cities that, like, are just fun to say. Sheboygan.
Yeah. They do have sort of like the best names of cities.
Manitowoc.
Oconomowoc.
I know, right?
Yeah. Waukesha.
And also there's a Harley factory up in Eagle Creek.
Yep, they make Harleys. Make Harleys
Me
there.
too.
In Milwaukee.
Crazy that...
That's where they're headquartered, I think, Harley Davidson.
I don't know, I went up to the factory and I thought it was Eagle Creek. It's like north central. And I had like the most surreal interaction with a bald eagle.
Damn.
It literally flew into the campground.
In what city?
Outside of Eagle Creek.
Okay. That makes sense. Eagle Creek. Is that up north?
Yeah, it's like north central.
Okay. Yeah, I might have been there. I've seen some bald eagles in Wisconsin. That's basically the place I've seen almost all the bald eagles I've seen.
I've seen more bald eagles
northern Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin than any other state. But I have seen 2 here in Ohio.
Yeah. What was it like? The bald eagle was close up in your face?
It, like, literally was the distance between you and I sitting here at this table.
Wow.
Scared the fucking shit out of me, and it was
have a moment
taller than, like, the tabletop to the top of your head. It was bigger than... I didn't realize how fucking big they are.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, an eagle's like the size of the microphone. Like a peregrine falcon or something. Oh no, these guys are fucking huge.
Yeah.
And it didn't do anything to harm me, but like we locked eyes.
Yeah. You saw into its soul. Yeah, but it was doing like a bird thing. It was like looking out of the side of its eyes.
They have like eyesight that is different than, I mean, they're birds of prey.
Yeah.
They have like...
So they have like a lot better peripherals.
Eyesight that, yeah.
It's like a panoramic, maybe.
But not like an owl that like they can turn their head.
They have eyesight like
like an eagle.
That
they
thing
have eagle
in
eyes.
Vegas, like the sphere.
Something like that.
It's like all the way around you.
It's weird.
Do you like that? The like spheres, like a giant movie screen, like an IMAX.
Do they even have IMAXs anymore?
I think so. Yeah. You can go to like a museum and they have it, but they've got the sphere in Las Vegas, which is like the biggest IMAX ever. I think that we might. I mean, why don't they just make a cubicle that's like a sphere? That's just you just get into it.
Well, I feel like that's a planetarium.
The entire thing is a screen just around you, like a personal thing. They should
have that at museums.
I don't know. Where it's just like you're just wrapped in TV screen. That's what I'm suggesting. They should have one of those.
That'd be interesting.
I guess. Maybe.
I would do it. I would also pay money to do that like skydiving thing in the tube of air.
But you wouldn't go skydiving?
Oh, I would totally do that too.
Yeah, me too. I haven't been.
I haven't been skydiving. It's on my list.
I definitely would. I'm not like, I don't think that, I'm not going up there thinking like it would go badly because it works pretty successfully most of the time.
Well, if it does go badly,
yeah,
then it goes badly, and
it
like,
was your time.
That's exactly it. And I'm thinking that like if it goes badly, by the time you hit the ground, it's probably bad enough where you're not going to feel anything.
Yeah. Hopefully you've already had enough time to be like, well,
life just flashed in front of me.
Yeah.
No, I would totally...
Hopefully you can laugh it off. Like you have enough time to do that. You're like in the sky long enough to be like, okay, I get it.
Here we are.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what happens in the next life. Do you think that we get a next life?
So, for me, we're energy. And energy, we already have scientific evidence that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes forms.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not certain where the energy goes once our physical vehicle, flesh and bones, ceases to function, but gotta go somewhere. Is that like worm food that, you know?
Yeah, like could we become a tree?
There are different, I used to be in the insurance industry, and you can have your deceased remains turned into a tree. You can have them turned into artificial gemstones. Like they can take your cremains and compress them under heat and pressure to turn them into diamonds and like gemstones for the family. There you can pay to have your remains buried at sea. There's all kinds of different things that they're doing now with.
Okay, so you can be anything, sort of.
Kinda.
It's like you used to be the person and now you're gemstones. It's
Which kind of sounds like a cool way to...
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if you get to... They make it you can wear it on jewelry, like on bracelets.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool.
And they're taking like some of the cremains and like melting it into glass and like doing like swirly things and turning them into...
It's like artistic and it's like better than nothing. Like there's style involved in that.
Yeah.
It's like usually death, there's not a lot of style. And it's everybody is kind of like given the same style in their death, the gravestone. Like, yeah,
or
do
a
more than the gravestone. Improve
or
on
a
the
vase.
Improve on the gravestone. Like that's the thing that everybody gets.
You can become a peach tree.
Really?
Yeah.
Like they'll turn you into seeds or like weave you into peach tree seeds?
So they take your cremains and like somehow turn it into like the root ball of a living memorial. So you could be an oak or a pine tree or...
Scary.
I would like to
what
be...
What if you ended up living in as a tree?
I don't know. I kind of find that there might be something a little bit humorous if I were to become a peach tree. So all the times that I've said, bite me.
Oh, yeah.
People...
It'll be karma.
I know, right?
So are there any jokes that people do that you would be like, I really don't like that joke at the Crescent Lounge?
No. You know, my dad and my brother fought so that we would have, like, the freedom of speech. And in Columbus, I feel like we have a lot of the same style, same subject matter.
Do you
like material? So what I would like to do is I would like to create...
It's similar to your dad and your brother, like the way that they talked?
Bingo card. Where as soon as somebody mentions genitalia,
Yeah.
or cocaine
For the audience.
or I'm so hot. Yeah, pay $5.
Jews.
Get your yep.
Anything.
Palestine.
Yeah.
Homosexuality, like
Yeah,
you know,
gays.
like just
Yeah. That'd be
bingo
great.
cards, and you know, pay $5. Get a bingo card. We got to do something to get
Race, like black people.
right.
Yeah.
The N word.
Yeah, when somebody says an N-word.
Nerd.
Yeah.
That'll be the fun joke. Extra
Everybody, if someone says N-word, everybody says bingo.
Wouldn't that be
That's
fun?
the bingo for everyone.
I
Yeah.
also want to do like duets. I would love to see like two people on stage at the same time playing back and forth.
Yeah, well, you should do that.
And
You could switch it up.
like to have a comedy based. You know, they always do roasts.
Yeah.
How many roasts have you had where like the meat is so dry and tough and like stringy and just gross, unedible?
Sure, yeah.
But if you baste the meat, it turns out moist and succulent.
Yeah. So, what is the basting that would accompany a roast?
How
that
crazy
would make the roast better?
how crazy would it be
Apply to the
if
roast.
we actually made fun of people's good qualities,
Oh, like what?
like your blue eyes, your eyebrows?
Yeah. Instead of their bad qualities.
Uh huh.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. They should, for sure.
I don't. Nobody's doing it. I just think it'd be kind of fun and different.
Yeah, especially if you can find a good way to do it that might at least cause them to think about it.
Who doesn't like moist meat?
Right.
Maybe vegetarians.
You're saying make the roast more appealing.
Based.
Based.
You know, like that little-
BASED based?
BASTE. You know, like the little syringe, the little bulb that you suck the juice out and you squirt it over top. And it just trickles down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like warm and flavorful.
Right, yeah. So the roasts that we do now are too dry.
It's the same. I feel like it's the same. We need new, innovative, outside the box thinking.
Yeah, it depends on how much, what you're like willing to allow on a stage. The Attic does that where they do like have two people go up. They go up in pairs and that's what that event is. Like you should do one of those.
Are they battling against each other, or
No,
are they
they're just
collaborating?
talking. They're just collaborating for the sake of the audience.
Because some of the funniest things that I hear, it's not coming from the person on stage. It's coming from that interpersonal interaction
the person with the audience.
between comedians before either one of them goes up solo.
Right.
I mean, it's like,
yeah.
it's precious.
It's too bad that like when it gets to the stage, then it's like, oh no, I have to.
I'm my own person. It's
I go into some other thing.
yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It really shouldn't. It's I guess it speaks to some like expectations for you to perform, which is unnecessary.
Or are people just that? What's what I'm looking for? I think I just flipped everybody off when I scratched my eyebrow. Sorry. Egocentric is like egotistical. Like I'm on stage. I am the most important. I don't want to share the stage with. I don't want to share the limelight or the spotlight, or I don't know. There's something changes when you are on that stage.
Yeah. Well, we make it in society. It's like that's where you can be a performer. It's up on the stage, not in regular life. Even though in regular life,
I think
you're doing plenty of performing there,
right? And some of it is
a lot of it is better. A lot of it is a better performance,
right?
So like, but then we go up to like when it's the stage, and people try too hard when they were already performing. before that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that also, but it becomes a social pressure thing when you see everybody else do that, or like that's what fits that's what you're supposed to look like, is somebody who takes on a different set of airs to be on the stage.
And trying to like
it's like, this is what it's like to be a comedian. Like, I want to be like the comedians. When probably being better at it, as long as you allow yourself to be better and say, like, let's try to do better than other people, is part of it too. Allow the competition aspect of it, rather than like, I'm the same as everybody else that goes up and treats the stage with great speciality. Whatever. I think, it's like a less is more kind of thing. Like, if you took a couple steps back and just made it more like, like regular talking. Because regular talking I agree with you. It really is like a better performance.
Yeah.
Because
I've heard so many incredible stories that just crack me up. And then as soon as they disengage from the conversation,
to tell the jokes.
Yeah, it's not as funny.
Especially when it's like a rehearsed joke. Jokes are tired. I'm tired of jokes, like lines and punchlines. Mm-hmm. Because it's not natural. That's just like, I got this joke for you. For everybody to hear you. It's like, that's what you wanted to come here to say? Is that joke, like that pun? That's what you wanted to tell everyone?
Yeah, and sometimes, like, it's just not even relatable.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe that's the funny part. Is it so
sometimes
unrelatable?
It's not relatable. I feel like I will do jokes that are like that.
And then sometimes you tell jokes that are fucking... And I'm not even sure if you know how funny the things that you say sometimes are. It's one of the many things that we like about you.
Thanks. I probably thought they were funny at some point, and then I lost track that it was.
And I think, for me personally, if I'm high, I feel like I'm funnier than I am. And that's the sad part, is a lot of people that go on stage, that it definitely helps to have that courage, the lowering of inhibitions.
I usually have a drink.
But if you get up there and you're so fucking high that you can't remember what you were going to say, then it's not as funny.
Yeah, you can be too high.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I'm high, it just kind of makes me more fearful, and then as long as if I'm willing to embrace it, then it might go better. But if I don't embrace it, if I'm just trying to remember what I had to say, then it'll go worse.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're too high, so high that it forces you to just embrace the situation, interact with the crowd, or do something else.
Sometimes. I know. I love the fact that people get to try new things.
Right.
That's the beauty of the open mic.
As long as if it's something new, then that's probably a good thing. And I mean, in the world of entertainment, especially people being comedians, you'd want to get to a place where you're doing something that you haven't done before.
Right.
It's that's the first time I did that.
Right.
That's the first time
And I think firsts are celebrated.
Yeah.
Charles.
You're saying celebrate it when the first time it happens?
Yeah, Charles, the first one to circumnavigate the earth by plane.
Yeah, new things.
First celebrated.
New things are more celebrated. There should be more emphasis on do things that are new.
Yeah, creativity.
Yeah.
They all start with the same letters.
Yeah, the C-R-E.
C-R-E-A-T.
Creo means believe in Spanish.
Ooh.
Creo, I believe.
I like that. Is that good enough? We got enough?
That's good enough, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Ta-da!
Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Now I will be in the running for worst
guest of the year.
Guest
I think.
ever.
No. Guest of the year. You're in the top of the list for a co-host, really. Or
Ooh.
like someone is. That's what I want to do. Is
do some fun co-hosting.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I want to do is like look for a co-host and then like award it to somebody and then make it like you can lose it at any time.
Ooh.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, that little cozy corner at the lounge by the fireplace. I've always imagined that being like, you know, what was it? FDR? Is that the one who did fireside chats?
I think so.
Instead of doing fireside chats, it was like stories from the cozy corner at the Crescent Lounge.
Yeah.
Where we could talk about like different stuff, recipes, food, new trends in the industry and whatnot.
Yeah, just like anything.
Yeah. Do you like the wine?
I do.
It's Shiraz. So this one's for you. We did do a good job with the N word.
I think so.
I feel like we nailed
At least
the
we
N word.
got that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just.
I love
fuck-
Right.
All right.
Normalize that.
Yeah. Normalize it.
For sure.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Yeah. Bye, everybody.
I'm impressed by the kitchen.